This video was sponsored by Kershaw Knives, creating high-quality, high-performance, exceptional working tools and knives that users are proud to carry. Use discount code ARCHERY20 for 20% off at KershawKnives.com. Hey Archery Talk, this is Lucas, and today is bow setup day, and now I have got the Prime REVEX 4. Let's set it up. So the first thing I do when I'm setting up a bow is put my bow in a vise and install a rest. Ripcord sent me their new Max Micro Adjust Arrow Rest. I'm gonna give that a try. I've never used a Ripcord rest before. So this will be a new experiment in getting it set up. Hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult. So the next stage for me is just making sure the bow is level in the vise, and then I'm gonna put the arrow on the rest and make sure that's level as well. So the next thing I do is I make sure my arrow is level. And right now, I don't like the look of the height of this. I'm going to move the arrow up higher and measure the level again, and then we'll check how the arrow is looking left to right. So my arrow is really pointing to the left, so I'm going to use the micro adjust here on this arrow rest and move it off to the right-hand side a little bit until I get it centered. So I like where the arrow is situated now, at least to start. I'm going to get my nock side tied in place. I keep this elastic band up here just to keep the arrow in place while I'm tying in the bottom nock. And I'll do a few knots of that, and then we'll do the top. So now my nocks are tied in. I leave a little bit of wiggle room in there. A lot of that's going to kind of get squished together a little more when I put the D-loop on. Let's do that now. Now it's time to get my D-loop on. This is always awkward to do on camera. Bear with me. I pre-cut my D-loop to about 4 3/4 inches, then I burn the ends. I am 100% sure there are better D-loop demos out here than mine, that you can see a lot better than my shoddy camera work here, but you get the idea. Now we're done. And now I'm going to install my old sight. This is a black gold whitetail. I've had this for a few years. And here, you don't want to look at this with the magic of editing. There it is. Now it's time to get the Peep installed. I'm just going to take out this little piece of string there. And my batting average on getting this right the first time is very low, but I'll throw a hazard of a guess in here and get the Peep started. And I'll go shoot a little bit and see if I can get it sorted out. So after I got the Peep in, I measured and placed it a few times when I was shooting and make sure I got it in the right spot. I locked it in place, and then I went and shot the bow for a little while. So this bow came with 30-inch mods. These are mod-specific draw lengths. So if you want a different draw length, you've got to get a different modular setup. I've got 30-inch, which is the second tallest rather. It goes up to 30.5. It goes as short as 26.5. So you're going to kind of pick the one that's going to suit you best. I don't love a mod-specific draw length cam design personally, just because it makes it difficult to maybe make draw length changes without having to go to a dealer and buy new mods, or maybe hopefully get them swapped out at your dealer. Who knows what's going to happen? But there is some efficiency and draw length feel benefits for having that set up, and so I can understand why they want to do it from a manufacturing standpoint. Because I will say this bow is a fantastic draw. I really am liking shooting this bow so far. First impressions are very, very strong. The bow just draws dead easy for me. No hump, just again, nice smooth draw into the valley. Kind of just feel the let off. The let off feels quite large. I don't know exactly what the advertisement is on this bow. It feels more than 80% to me. Draw length, when I measured it out, was pretty much bang on to 30. I had 30 and maybe a 16th. It was less than 30 and an eighth. And then the draw weight was 70 pounds bang on. I also ran this through the chronograph, because that's what you folks like to know is speeds. And so with a 350 grain arrow in my 30-inch and 70-pound setup, I saw 327 feet per second. Plenty fast, but it's a good bit below the 340 feet per second advertised speed. It should be noted this bow I don't think is perfectly tuned yet. I've only shot it at 20 yards. I haven't run through paper. I haven't grouped past 20 or out to 30, 40, 50, 60. However you like to shoot it. I've not done all that yet. I've just set this up, just some preliminary shooting. So that's what I've got out of that with a 350 grain arrow. With a 500 grain hunting arrow, I got 279 feet per second. And actually 280 is pretty much where I like to be. And so with a 500 grain arrow to get to basically 279, 280, that's about my sweet spot for me. I think broadheads fly very well in that particular speed. the bow feels dead quiet in the hand. Everything about this bow is feeling really good right now. I should have mentioned at the top, the REVEX 4 is 34-inch axle. I think it's 6.25-inch brace height. Again, it doesn't feel like I'm being encumbered at all by that. The bow, early impressions are very strong. If you can look past the kind of the speed disparity, everything else is really looking good with this bow. This might be my favorite bow to shoot of a prime I've had since maybe the Synergy Hybrid, which is a bow I absolutely adored. This bow is fantastic. It's going to be fun to see what other bows come in and see how these compare at the year end when I do the shootouts and the full reviews. But in the meantime, this is it for now. Thanks so much for watching Archery Talk. Please do like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel an awful lot, and we'll see you soon.